Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. My name is Eugen. Baryshnikau is the last name, but it doesn't matter actually. I'm going to try to give you a really light talk. I wasn't going to do that, but yesterday I thought it would be useful. I work as a front-end developer and as a web designer for more than 10 years. And all of this time I also was participating in a lot of cultural and social activities. I was a member of the board of the national-wide youth organization called Students' Ethnographic Association, which is accredited by UNESCO as an expert in intangible cultural heritage and blah, blah, blah. So I'm in between of two worlds, like IT industry and social projects. So I'm going to talk about why should we help social projects. It's nice to be in IT. It's nice to be a developer, especially in countries like Belarus. You don't care about money, you have nice work environments and stuff like that, so relatively you're feeling good. But sometimes we could get just bored. You know, like you have projects, you're doing 100 e-commerce websites per year, and all of them are the same, and you know what I mean. Sometimes it happens. And then you're starting to ask yourself the questions like, why am I doing this? Why am I sitting here? What going to be left after me? What will left afterwards? And you may even think about the most scariest question: what is the meaning of your life? But there are answers. I know two ways how to get rid of these questions. First one, we all know this. It's not recommended. Another one is to help someone. To help someone who may appreciate your help. It might be very easy for you, but people might be really needed. In these situations, usually people are starting to contribute to IT community as one of the ways, like they're organizing meetups, participating in conferences, or organizing them, or contributing to open source projects. How many of you have contributed to open source projects? Okay, you should do. Another way, which I'll be talking about, is to help social projects. So why should we help them? First of all, the backwards of the downside of the salaries of IT people in Belarus is that they're really expensive for, let's say, for non-governmental organizations or for non-profit organizations. They just can't afford to hire really good developers for their projects. Another reason is that most of these people are not so experienced in technical details. Besides that, like, what are the benefits to help them? It's freedom. You can do whatever you want. You could be an architect in the project. You can get new connections, meet new people, and at the end, it's fun. And all these reasons are really weak. So let's get to the real benefits. You may learn new technology. Let's say you're working at a company and you want to learn something new, and you don't have projects like this to start with learning new technology. You can try to find some social projects and implement this new technology there, so you will have a real-world project in your portfolio. Especially when you're a young developer, when you're just starting, you can do several projects like for free, for fun, and you will have real-world projects. If this is a non-governmental organization, they can give you like testimonials and stuff like that. So this might be useful for your employment later. Another perk which I found is that non-profits may get a lot of paid services for free or as a sponsorship. So if you're running a social project, you can ask for a sponsorship. Like you can have a hosting as a sponsorship. You can have services as a sponsorship. For instance, in a project I run as a social project, I asked for a Dutch company called Citrix. They gave us the the CRM system for free. Like one account per user costs like $14 per month, and they gave us unlimited accounts for that because we are a social project. In this case, you may use some technologies for free and learn how to work with them. And another reason which might be useful for the community, for the developers community, is that social projects are really close to startups. And if you're interested in startups, you may start with social projects to understand the ecosystem, to understand the management issues that appear there. And of course, you can improve your soft skills and management skills during these projects. So where to find projects you could join? There's a competition called Social Weekend. Can I use my tab? Sorry. Yeah, they have, for 12th time they're organizing this competition. You can join and see what projects are looking for help. They also have hackathons for social projects. And all of them usually need some developers, front-end developers, back-end developers to make a website, to create some new technologies. And some of them are really startups, technological startups. You can get investments later. Another place where you can find projects, sometimes there are some hackathons in Minsk, which are related again to social projects, to civil society projects. You can follow, let's say this is one of the examples. There is a community called Phalanster. They are gathering people who developers who could help non-profit organizations in different technical stuff. And one of my favorite, the platform called Talaka, which is a crowdfunding platform, but they also have the ability to gather the teams. So you can join this portal and try to find the projects which are looking for developers, yeah, and propose what you could do for them. So basically, this works two ways. You could have an experience, and you could help people, real people in the real world. And the answer, my personal answer to the question, why am I doing this? I get two answers. First one, because I care, and the second one, just because I can. Thank you.
Evgeny, thank you a lot. Can you join for a short interview? Don't mind our co-host here. So the first question is, what was the biggest pleasure that you get for participating in those projects? What was the biggest joy that you get from that, when it was? Can you share with us?
It's when you help people, and it's when you see the results. Let's say we did a project together with the Academy of Science, which is, they're really good guys. They have an expertise in what they're doing, but technically they're a little bit backward. And if you help them, you see that you're giving them an instrument they're really using in their researches and stuff like that. So it's very pleasant to see the results and to see how people are using technology as an instrument for something good.
So can you give like an advice for the people who think that it will be hard, it will be messy, it will require a lot of time or a lot of money investment? Can you give advice for those people to overcome these fears somehow?
I don't think that this will require a lot of effort because let's say if you have a couple of hours per week, you can share with the community, with the society. That's totally fine. You don't have to work for them like all of the weekend. You can spend a couple of hours per week, and that will be, you know, you will give out to the community. And another thing is that don't forget that what is simple for you as a technical specialist might be very complicated for normal people. Yeah, and you can do it for a couple of hours, and they will spend months to reach the same results. So that's why I think it's important to help social projects.
Yeah, totally agree. Thank you. Thank you.
you.
Thank you a lot.